Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch tells us that the source of all impurity, tum'ah, is confusion, related to the word timtum, confusion. And the source of tahara, purity, is clarity. And in fact, we talk about the pure heavens, or we talk about a clear sky. In Hebrew, that's tohar harakia, the pure or the clarity of the sky, related phonetically to the word tsohar, window, to the word tsoharayim, midday, afternoon, etc. So it's fascinating linguistically that tumah, impurity, is related to confusion, and tahara, purity, is related to clarity. What is the confusion and the clarity involved here in these laws of purity, impurity in the Torah, in the Bible? So the idea is the following. Any time that we are overwhelmed by the impression that the physical is more powerful than the spiritual, then there is tumah, impurity. Any time we feel that the essence of life is physical and not spiritual, that the human being is basically flesh and blood and not primarily a soul, that confusion creates impurity. The maximum level of confusion in that sense is death. When a person is in contact with a dead body, even under the same roof, maybe touches a weapon that killed someone, that creates a tremendous confusion in the mind. You get the feeling that that's all there is of the human being. You don't see the soul, you just see the body. You don't see the spirit, you just see the flesh and blood. And that confusion creates tumah, impurity. Clarity, the clarity to know that the human being's soul lives and exists beyond the physical, transcends flesh and blood, that the power of free will is greater than the power of physicality and materialism, that clarity is the source of purity. And that, with that principle, Rav Hirsch explains many aspects of the Torah. Let me just explain one idea. You know, it's a law that when we wake up in the morning, we wash our hands. A special way we wash our hands. It's a spiritual cleansing. Why? Because when we're asleep, what controls us? The spirit or the body? Free will or instinct? The answer is that it's instinct that controls us when we're asleep. It's the body more than the spirit, more than the soul. And consequently, that taints us to some degree, gives us a certain confusion, impurity, a very minimum level. And by washing our hands are the utensils for action. In a sense, we're saying we dedicate our hands to intentional free will actions as opposed to instinctive, intuitive actions. And the clarity that I can do that, the clarity that we are able to control ourselves, the clarity that the essence is free will and is the spirit and is the soul, that is a clarity which gives purity, and that purity also helps to promote further clarity. May we all have the clarity to understand that the spirit is more powerful than the flesh, than the spirit is, that free will is more powerful than instinct, and to utilize that free will to make this world a better place. Brief idea from Rav Samson Raphael Hirsch on this week's Parsha with the Gateway's Parsha vlog, Mordechai Becher.